The Internet, a vast network connecting humanity. First, there was Web 1, static pages. Information flowed one way. Then came Web 2, social media, user-generated content. Platforms connected us, but they also controlled much. Now, a new epoch whispers its arrival. It is Web 3. This next phase promises a seismic shift, a rebalancing of power. Imagine an internet built not by a few, but by many. A digital realm where you are not just a user. You are an owner, a participant, a true stakeholder. This is the fundamental promise of Web 3. The journey into this new internet is just beginning. So what is this Web 3 we speak of? It is the next iteration of the World Wide Web. It aims to be a decentralized internet. Unlike Web 2, dominated by giants like Google and Facebook, these giants hold vast amounts of user data. They control the platforms where we connect and share. Web 3 proposes a radical departure from this model. It seeks to place power back into the hands of the users. Think of Web 2 as a solar system with large central suns. Planets, or users, revolve around these dominant bodies. Web 3, in contrast, is more like a vast galaxy, full of countless stars, each a node, each with its own gravity. Data is not stored in one central place. Instead, it is distributed across a network of computers. This decentralization is the cornerstone of Web 3's architecture. It fosters an environment of shared control and ownership. At its heart, Web 3 empowers you, the individual. You gain more control over your digital identity, you have greater say over your personal data, and you can own your digital assets directly. This is a profound shift from the current paradigm. How does Web 3 achieve this grand vision of decentralization? The answer lies in a revolutionary technology, the blockchain. Imagine a digital ledger, a record book of sorts. But this ledger is not kept in one single location. Instead, it is copied and spread across many computers, thousands, perhaps millions, all over the world. This is the essence of blockchain, a distributed ledger. It is the foundational pillar upon which Web 3 is built. Each transaction, each piece of data added, forms a block. This block is then cryptographically linked to the previous block, creating a chain of blocks, hence the name blockchain. Once a block is added to the chain, it cannot be altered. It is immutable, permanent, like a star fixed in the night sky. This makes the information incredibly secure and trustworthy. No single entity can secretly tamper with the records. Transparency and security are its defining characteristics. This technology removes the need for a central authority. In traditional systems, banks or companies act as intermediaries. They verify transactions and maintain records. Blockchain allows these processes to happen peer-to-peer. Trust is established not by a middleman but by the network itself. Web 3 is constructed from several key interacting components. These elements work together like celestial bodies in a system. The first, as we've seen, is decentralization itself. This means data and applications are not confined to one server. They are spread across a vast network of nodes. This distribution makes the system more resilient. If one node fails, the network continues to operate. It's a web designed for survivability and openness. Another vital component is decentralized applications, or dApps. These are applications built on blockchain networks. Unlike traditional apps, they don't run on centralized servers. Instead, they operate autonomously, governed by smart contracts. Smart contracts are self-executing agreements written in code. They automatically enforce the terms of an agreement. dApps are opening new frontiers in various sectors. From finance to gaming, their potential is immense. Tokenization is another fascinating aspect of Web 3. It involves converting real-world or digital assets into tokens. These tokens live on the blockchain, representing ownership. Imagine owning a fraction of a famous painting, or tracking food from farm to table with verifiable data. Section 5, Value Reimagined, Digital Assets, Cryptocurrencies and NFTs. Web 3 introduces new paradigms for value and ownership. This is primarily through digital assets, a broad category. These assets are secured by cryptography on the blockchain. The most well-known are cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. These are digital or virtual currencies. They use cryptography for security, making them hard to counterfeit. They operate independently of central banks, offering a new way to think about money and exchange. Then there are non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. Unlike cryptocurrencies where one unit is like another, NFTs are unique. Each NFT represents ownership of a specific item. This could be digital art, a piece of music, or even virtual land. Think of an NFT as a digital certificate of authenticity. It proves you own the original digital item verified on the blockchain. This has created new markets for creators and collectors, redefining what it means to own something in the digital age. The Web3 market, encompassing these assets, has seen dramatic growth. Section 6, the application revolution, dApps, gaming, and the rise of AI. Decentralized applications, or dApps, are at the forefront of Web3 innovation. These applications run on peer-to-peer blockchain networks. They are not controlled by any single entity. This autonomy opens up a universe of possibilities. In 2024, the use of dApps saw a remarkable surge. Unique active wallets interacting with dApps increased by 485%. This signifies a rapidly growing user base. The gaming world is one area where dApps are truly exploding. Gaming dApps saw their activity increase by a staggering 421% in 2024. They now represent over 31% of all available dApps. Games like Pixels and World of Dypians are gaining popularity. These games often incorporate digital assets like NFTs, allowing players to truly own their in-game items, and even earn real value through gameplay. This play-to-earn model is revolutionizing interactive entertainment. Another fascinating trend is the integration of artificial intelligence with dApps. Activity in dApps integrating AI, known as dApp AI, grew by 2,269% in 2024. This fusion combines the transparency of blockchain with AI's power. Imagine AI algorithms running on decentralized networks, making decisions based on secure, verifiable data. Section 7, Finance Unchained, exploring DeFi and the stability of stablecoins. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, is another transformative aspect of Web3. It aims to recreate traditional financial systems using blockchain, but without the need for conventional banks or intermediaries. Imagine borrowing, lending, or trading assets directly, peer-to-peer, governed by smart contracts on a blockchain. This is the promise of DeFi open, accessible financial services, available to anyone with an internet connection. It's like discovering new laws of financial physics. DeFi experienced explosive growth in 2024. Daily interactions with DeFi protocols rose by an incredible 532%. DeFi now holds a significant 32% market share within the Web3 space. The total value locked, TVL, in DeFi protocols also soared, increasing by 211% in 2024 to reach $214 billion. This growth was fueled by various factors, including the speculative excitement around meme coins, and the emergence of sophisticated AI trading agents operating within DeFi. Within this evolving financial landscape, stablecoins play a crucial role. Cryptocurrencies can be volatile, their prices fluctuating wildly. Stablecoins are designed to minimize this volatility. They are typically pegged to stable assets, like the US dollar, other fiat currencies, or commodities. This peg aims to keep their value relatively constant. Section 8, Navigating the New Frontier, the Evolving Regulatory Waters of Web3. As Web3 expands like a newly discovered galaxy, it attracts attention. Governments and regulatory bodies worldwide are taking notice. The regulatory landscape for digital assets is still evolving. It is a complex and often uncertain terrain to navigate. Different countries are adopting different approaches. Some are embracing innovation, others are more cautious. This creates a patchwork of rules globally, a challenge for developers and users alike. In the United States, a significant shift is anticipated. Following the change in presidential administration, incoming in 2025, oversight of digital assets may move from the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, to the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC. This could mean most digital assets are treated as commodities, rather than securities, which have stricter regulations. This potential pro-crypto stance might spur increased activity and perhaps foster a period of lighter regulation. However, this shift also brings potential concerns. A less stringent regulatory environment could open doors for fraud and illicit activities, which have unfortunately plagued parts of the crypto space. The need for balanced regulation is paramount, regulation that protects consumers and investors. Section 9, The Horizon of Web3, Promises, Hurdles, and the Internet's Next Chapter. Web3 stands before us, full of immense transformative potential. It promises a more democratic, user-centric internet, where creators can own their content and connect directly with audiences, where individuals control their data and digital identities, an open internet, resilient to censorship and single points of failure. This vision is compelling, like gazing at a distant habitable planet. It offers hope for a more equitable digital future, a future where power is more widely distributed. However, the path to this future is not without its challenges. The NFT market, despite attracting traffic, faced a crisis. Sales volume significantly reduced in 2024, closing at $2.6 billion. This was still down 19% from the previous year. Energy consumption is another concern, particularly with older blockchains. Methods like proof of work are energy-intensive, though newer, more efficient proof-of-stake systems are emerging. Addressing these environmental concerns is vital for sustainability. Adoption of Web3 technologies has also been slower than some expected. The complexity of some platforms can be a barrier for average users. Making Web3 more accessible and user-friendly is key. Despite these hurdles, the journey into Web3 continues. Experience the power of Web3 with Cryptomulus.com. Join our community.